What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I am JD. She, Ms. Lady M. It's Friday, and it is a horrible time to be a sports fan because there is absolutely nothing going on right now.
Ha!
Not a damn thing.
Oh, wait, you mean the other thing. Everything. Literally everything is going on right
Literally
now.
everything. So much that there's no way we can actually do it in one show within a certain time frame, that is. So today, obviously, we're going to talk about the draft. First round of the draft, surprises. Also, I want to talk about how freaking awesome Bill Belichick was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday.
Loved it.
Unbelievable. We're going to talk NBA playoffs. And then maybe starting out, if we can get our guest on time, it's a very busy schedule. Mr. Joel Willman from Willman Racing will be joining us here. We're going to play another round of the newly named Are You or Are You Not Wicked Smart? And that's going to go between you and him. He actually won the first round, but I tweaked it, and I kind of like the tweaks. I do. I think they're going to be hilarious. I really hope he's not phoning in from church. Let's just say Lord. That.
Let's make sure he picks a good one then.
Jesus Christ. What? Yes.
Amen.
You'll understand more as we go along. Real quick, though, let's go ahead and give some shout outs to our sponsors. If you're looking to start your own sports podcast, you can get a 1-month free trial on Podbean's unlimited hosting plan. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Unlimited hosting plan by going to podbean.com/Coach JD. Again, that is podbean.com/Coach JD. Don't misspell JD. Are you or are you not wicked smart? If you misspell JD, I swear to freaking God. Now I got my New England stuff is starting to come out just because I'm trying to
you said the word
for the game. I said wicked, and all of a sudden the New Englander in me comes out. Joining us on screen for those of you watching live, Mr. Joel Willman. Joel, what's up, buddy?
You're still on mute.
You're still on mute, man. Yeah, he doesn't want to say anything right now. He's holding off. He's like, this crazy son of a bitch. Oh my God. He'll probably come on and do like this rant like they did on the McAfee show. Fuck. This is on ESPN. Totally on ESPN.
That was amazing.
Loved it. We'll get to that. All right.
From YouTube, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Pat McAfee show's on YouTube, and it gives you the warning. They will be cursing because that's how normal freaking people speak.
Right.
Which is why we allow cursing on this show. One more shout out before we get into it. I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to Just Good Vibes with the temperatures already over 90 plus degrees here in the valley. It's only a matter of time before we hit triple digits. And that means hydration. 1 16-ounce bottle of water will simply not do. You need a tumbler that says you're prepared to battle the Arizona summer. That's why we went with Just Good Vibes. Shout out to Angelica at Just Good Vibes for our personalized laser etched tumblers. These things, like, I could use this as a weapon. These things are heavy duty. I freaking love mine. I take mine on my walk every day just because I get jumped by an old lady or something.
I dropped mine pretty hard on tile, and this is the worst thing that happened. See, there's no crack.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what the hell was that?
A little tiny dent.
It took it like a champ.
Threw it on the ground.
You can actually learn more about Just Good Vibes by going to CoachJeffDemers.com/partnerships and click on the button for Just Good Vibes.
There we are. Hey, Joel.
Joel.
Hello, guys.
What's up, buddy?
Not much.
Man, I could tell it's not 90 degrees where you're at because
yeah,
I'm already cooking because these are long sleeves.
Yeah. I made the mistake this morning, man. I freaking went for my walk. And before I went to my walk, because I walk a couple miles every day now, because apparently that's my life now. I looked at the temperature and it said like 68, and I was, geez, grab the sweats. And within like a quarter of a mile, I'm like, why the hell did I wear sweats?
Yeah, it's a whole 43 degrees and raining right now.
Ugh.
That sounds terrible.
That's definitely hoodie weather.
That
You're
sounds
just appropriate.
absolutely terrible.
Hard
Lady
pass.
M, let's get this thing rolling.
Sure.
What is first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
All right, the headlines are out there, but the horrible dad jokes, if you put those out there and you get slapped for them, hey, we accept zero freaking responsibility because they are horrible. Headline number one, NFL will now allow players to wear Guardian caps over their helmets during the regular season in 2024.
Now,
Have you
are
seen
those
these yet?
Are they the ones that look like the big cartoon things they have on
Yes.
during
Yeah.
training and stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, if it protects
So,
them better. I'm all
They've
for
got
it.
2 years of
look
information
weird,
on
but-
this. They've been using this stuff for the last 2 years during training camp, and they
Hmm.
see that concussions and head injuries have gone way down. So they are now giving players the option. I mean, honestly, I would probably put it on every safety, every corner, every wide receiver, every running back, maybe even every freaking linebacker. The line, I mean, they're not that smart anyway. They're just big, dumb idiots. So, like, they don't really need to wear them. I can say that because I am miles away from any of them, and I'm recording this from a top secret location. So
I feel that if you're gonna do that, then it's taken away. I don't know, taken away from the game. I mean, regardless of the situation, you got to play. You got to play. What's next? I mean, you know,
can
we're playing in
you
bubbles.
see them? That's what I was just thinking. You know the big bubbles
Yeah,
that they have? We can just ring into that. That's it right there.
You-
That's going to be football. It's going to be
You
soccer.
might as well just be a flag football team.
Yeah.
So, just,
Or on
All
the
right.
flip side, they might be able to hit each other harder because
probably
taking
not.
some of that risk of concussion out of there. It is going to look like watching bobbleheads play.
Yeah,
Eventually.
that's the biggest thing. Is like they're gonna.
I mean, it's
But if
not
it protects them.
mandatory.
Yeah,
It's not mandatory. It's optional. So, I mean, let's see how many players actually wear them.
Let's
You know
see
what
how
I'm
many identify as players after they wear them.
Yeah. All right. First joke. What do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both parasites. Parasites. We warned
Yeah,
you.
that's
Shut
terrible.
up. You're going to totally use that. You know you are. All right. Headline number 2. The King, LeBron James, not Richard Petty. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers are now 1 game away from being swept in the first round of the NBA playoffs after losing Game 3 at home to the Nuggets
Yeah.
last night. I'm trying to
legitimately
think
surprised
back.
they made it there. So it doesn't seem
Well,
that surprising
look,
to me.
They need to go back to the old format because this whole, we made the play-in tournament, so we should be able to make the playoffs. Like, no, if you're the 9th or the 10th seed, you should be out of the playoff race, period. They gave you an entire season to get inside the number 9 spot. And now all of a sudden you need special circumstances to be able to try again.
They just
Come
need to have
on
LeBron sit out the next game to see if they can win one because they played really
They actually
well
play
all
better
season
without him. They do. They've got a pretty good winning record without him this past season. So, all right. So I asked my dog, what's 2 minus 2? And he said nothing. Headline number 3. The Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons. Joel, are you a Falcons fan?
I am not, but the household is.
Oh, wow. All right, we're going to have some fun with them. Atlanta Falcons shocked the draft yesterday after taking Washington's quarterback Michael Penix Jr. with pick number 8 overall. Should I save my rant for the NFL portion, or should I just do it now? Like, it's fresh in my mind, but I can wait. I can wait.
It's however you want to do it. I mean, me personally, I think that move it's questionable because when you just got done paying $180 million for Kirk Cousins, and now you're telling one of the number one quarterbacks in the league, that's now in the league to sit and ride the pine. No,
Right.
that's a trade option.
$160 million quarterback that you just paid. Like the ink on the money isn't even dry yet.
Right.
And they have already got his possible future
let's
replacement.
Not forget, he was tweeting his disappointment during the draft, right after he got the news. They didn't even bother to give him a heads up about it.
No.
He's like, what the hell, you
not
guys?
Not only this,
Himself,
let's say that there was a team that actually needed a quarterback at 8.
Dallas.
Michael Penix was maybe a back of the first round quarterback because of his injuries, his injury problems. Right, he got hurt in the national championship game.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're going to use the 8th pick. That's a stretch.
Well,
not to mention this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
I just think that you're looking at an option to barter or trade them with to get money. I mean, obviously, but for him to play back up to Cousins, unless you think Cousins is gonna take a dive like Rodgers, and
right. I mean, he was unhealthy last year.
No,
that was the other thought I had.
Here's the problem: Michael Penix is not a 21-year-old Drake May. He's a 24-year-old.
Right.
Which means if he sits 2 to 3 years, which you should be able to expect Kirk Cousins
27, right,
to last 2 to 3 years minimum, he will start his career at 27. Yeah. The average NFL career is 3.5 freaking years.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to Doug Flutie then. he started.
Don't you dare talk bad about Doug Flutie. Do you not see the BC Eagles emblem up here?
Just see the.
Don't you dare! I know he's a jerk though, but don't you dare! All right, moving on. All right, so did you hear the rumor about butter?
No.
Well, I'm not going to spread it. I'm not going to spread it. All right. Stupid.
So here's
headline number 4.
JD,
all right, go ahead. Go ahead. Bring it.
Since we live in Wisconsin, do you know the definition of a farmer?
No.
A man outstanding in his field.
Very nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
That is a dad joke.
You are now qualified at our level. Awesome job. All right. Headline number 4. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out for today's Game 3 on the road in Indiana. He is still nursing a calf strain. That series is 1-1. We'll touch more on the playoffs, the NBA playoffs here a little later on. All right. What concert costs just 45 cents?
No idea.
50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
Oh, my God.
We warned you ahead of time. They're horrible.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
Oh, trust me. They're all over the internet, man. Like, dad jokes will never freaking die. Ever.
True statement.
All right. What's next?
NASCAR at Dover.
All right. They are at the Monster Mile. Joel, you ever driven at Dover?
I have not. No.
The Monster freaking Mile. All right. So let's go over this weekend. The Truck Series is actually off. They will pick it back up again next week at Kansas Motor Speedway. We'll go over those next week. May the 4th be with you, by the way. That's when that race is happening. We'll talk about Drake May here in a minute because all of those puns are going all over New England. All right. Anyway, NASCAR Xfinity Series. It is the Bet Rivers 200, Dover Motor Speedway on Saturday, April 27th. It kicks off at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse is a whopping $1.420 million. You can watch it on FS1 at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, radio at PRN, and Sirius XM NASCAR radio. The distance is 200 miles. Again, nailed it. Stage 1 ends on lap 45. Stage 2 ends on lap 90. And the final stage ends on lap 200. 500. I am looking forward to Miss Haley Deegan, who had a strong top 15. I believe she finished P12 last
that
week
sounds right.
at Dega. I thought she was going to be in the first wreck they had. P12.
I mean, it's been her luck this season.
She's not qualified as Natalie Decker.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. All right.
And I like Natalie.
Oh yeah, Natalie. Like I haven't spoken to her. I've taken pictures of her truck many times.
Yeah.
NASCAR Cup Series. Next race is the Worth 400. WURTH, little German thing going on there. The place, Dover Motor Speedway. The date, Sunday, April 28th. The time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $7.992 million. That will be seen on FS1. Coverage starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you can listen to it on PRN at Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. The distance, 400 miles. 400 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 120. Stage 2 ends on lap 250. The final stage ends on lap 400. Some news and notes around NASCAR. I like this. The following are the NASCAR Hall of Fame class of 2025 nominees. Have you seen this list yet, Joel?
Yes, and I'm glad to see that Mr. Jarrett is on there.
Very nice. Let's go over all of them real quick. Greg Biffle, the 2000 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion and 2002 Xfinity Series champion is on the ballot. Neil, is it Bonnet or Bonnet?
Bonnet.
Bonnet, that's what I thought. He's not French. Won 18 times in the NASCAR Cup Series, including consecutive. Sorry, the French dude from Talladega Nights just popped in my head.
Right.
Won 18 times in the NASCAR Cup Series, including consecutive Coca-Cola 600 victories. That's impressive. Tim Brewer, 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion crew chief. Jeff Burton won 21 times in the NASCAR Cup Series, including the Southern 500 and 2 Coca-Cola 600s. Randy Dorton, not Randy Orton, built engines that won 9 championships across NASCAR's National Series. Carl Edwards, that's right, the Subway guy, winner of 28 NASCAR Cup Series races and 2007 Xfinity Series champion. Harry Gant, winner of 18 NASCAR Cup Series races, including 2 Southern 500 victories. Harry Hyde, that's got to be a pun, right?
No.
That's his name. All right. Yeah. Harry Hyde, 1970 NASCAR Cup Series Championship crew chief is on the ballot. Ricky Rudd won 23 times in NASCAR Cup Series, including the 1997 Brickyard 400. And Jack Sprague, 3-time NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, is on. That's the modern era ballot. Out of all of those, who should be a shoo-in? Joe,
who should be a shoo-in?
Yeah.
Oh my God. 100% Neil Bonnet.
Neil Bonnet, 18 times in the NASCAR Cup Series, including consecutive Coca-Cola 600 victories. Outstanding.
Yeah, Neil. I mean, his the way he passed away. They were practicing, and he had a wreck, but he was very significant back in the day. Did really, really well. Him and Dale Earnhardt were, really good friends. I see that to be a shoe-in. Harry Hyde for sure. Everything he did for Jeff Bodine, helping him get the first win for Rick Hendrick as a crew chief, and also the theme of Cole Trickle and Harry from Days of Thunder. So,
yeah,
Harry Hyde actually is the innovator of an extra large fuel line that carried extra fuel in the car, so he could fuel.
Oh wow!
Greg Biffle, solid pick, still active driver. Carl Edwards, Mr. Backflip, absolutely. He's another classic. But I would absolutely say I see Harry Gant, Jack Sprague for sure. Jack Sprague, because you've got Skinner, you've got Ron Hornaday. I mean, that classic when the Truck Series first started, back when they used to run Phoenix at the Copper Classic. That was, and they used to go to Irwindale Speedway and Bakersfield, some of the small, low buck tracks, but they made it. Jack Sprague, he was driving for Rick Hendrick at the time. Ron Hornaday was in the 16 truck. And then you had Mike Skinner. I mean, that was the battle back in the day. Was those three were you put Rick Crawford in there, and then you throw Ted Musgrave in there. I mean, that's the classic of what racing was about. It was good old boy racing back then.
Oh yeah. Speaking of good old boy racing, North Wilkesboro, they're done with it. Like, it's ready to go for the All-Star race.
Yep.
So I can't wait for that. Yeah, that's going to be, I believe, the weekend of the 19th.
19th. Yeah, something like that.
We'll talk about that as we get closer. Did you see while they were digging the stuff up, they actually found they found the tunnels that they were using. That is historical. Cool. Like, honestly, if I would have seen that, I'd be like, shut everything down. This is a historical site.
Right.
You can't touch it.
Me personally, if I found that, I would figure out how to build around it on top of it.
Yeah. Make a little museum out of it or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I agree.
That's 100%.
That's so cool.
That's where bootlegging came from. And, that's the era it came in. So,
Yep.
Let's talk about Dover real quick. I'm going to put both of you on the spot. First question. Does Brad Keselowski, and you guys can take turns answering this. Does Brad Keselowski get a win this weekend? Yes or no?
I mean, he's due, and he was real close
in the
last race if there wasn't all the crazy accident stuff happening.
That's Dega. That's Dega.
Yeah.
Do I see him getting it this weekend? That's tough.
Yeah.
Right now, he's overdue, but I would go on a limb. As good as he has been in there in the past, he's got pretty good statistics. I think he's one of the top drivers for finishing in the top 5. I'll go yes. I put him in my fantasy garage. So,
there you go. Brad Keselowski actually has a win at Dover. It was back in 2012.
Driving
active.
For
back in 2012. Yeah, active Dover winners this weekend. Jimmy Johnson has 11 wins. Truex has 4. Kyle Busch has 3. Chase Elliott with 2, and then it's Bowman, Hamlin, Larson, Keselowski with 1. The most recent Martin Truex Jr. last season.
Yep, he's been right up there where he's starting to feel due also.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, what do you think about 23XI's win last week? Like, how big was that? Jordan was there.
Huge.
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah, that was big.
However, yes, it was a big win for 23XI. It was huge for Michael Jordan because he is so effing he is so damn competitive that it's just unbelievable that it's a good thing for him and his marketing partners. However, you take that wreck away, he was never going to get there.
Yeah.
However, did he run up there? Did Bubba have a good race? Both those cars were steady. They were up front. They ran they had good races going. Yeah. Unfortunately, Bubba got caught up and he almost missed it. And then it's kind of like Denny Hamlin, they both damn near got through it, but got caught up in somebody else's stuff.
Yeah.
So but I think it's huge. It's honestly huge for the sport because, that whatever Jordan does, even when you go look back at his track record in the motorcycle, when he had, the motorcycle team, the road racing team that they had, it was huge. It spread and people bought. You would go to a freaking, how often did you ever go to like a motor, like a rally at Road America and you see Jordan jackets all over? It was crazy.
Yeah.
So,
insane, man. Yeah, Road America is pretty cool. All right, so now I'm going to put you guys on the spot. I'll even make a pick myself. Who wins this weekend? Who wins at Dover this weekend? Joel, I'm gonna go to you first because you're our expert.
I don't know about the expert part, but
Totally put it on you.
having the first pick, I'm gonna, Dover's a tricky track. It's tough. It eats tires. There's some amazing battles that came out of there. I'll have to say Keselowski, just because I remember some of the battles that he had. I think Kyle Larson's going to be running up front. You're going to see, some of the other top contenders, but, I wouldn't even be surprised to see Bubba up there putting a bid in for the win. But, however, I'm going to stick with BK.
All right, Ms. Marnie, who do you got winning this weekend?
I actually think I'm going to go Martin Truex.
All right. Truex is due. He hasn't had his first win yet.
Steady this whole season. He's been pretty good about getting himself back up the lines. I think he's good at pouncing when the opportunity arrives, which is how Reddick won last week. So we'll see.
I am not picking my guy. I am not picking my guy.
You could.
I just like to show off his autograph is on that hat.
In the trucks and whatnot.
Yeah.
I am picking the most popular driver in all of NASCAR.
Chase Elliott.
Finally got a win a couple races ago, Mr. Chase Elliott. That's the horse that I'm riding this weekend. Although I would love to see Jimmy in victory lane. I would love to see Jimmy Johnson in victory lane again. I just don't think they have the speed with Legacy.
Legacy is struggling really bad. After they made that switch, the manufacturer switch, they just have not produced results. They're struggling a little bit. I think Jimmy's still not comfortable in these cars. That's kind of the big key thing right now, is just to get him comfortable in the car versus anything, and Marnie, I tell you, MTJ, 100% consistent, think he's going to be up there. I think JD, you should have probably took Rowdy, because I'm going to tell you, after on Twitter, did you see the feast that they had? The broil. I mean, they had a down south crawdad broil for Spire Motorsports, after winning that truck race. So hell yeah,
that was cool.
I mean,
that was cool.
That was a feast, that's for sure.
I wanted to, but everybody knows that I'm a Rowdy fan. So that's almost like me going chalk. When you pick perhaps the best active driver right now in all of NASCAR, for every level, it's Rowdy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's got so many freaking records. It's so easy to pick. I'm going to ride with Chase. And if Rowdy wins, I'll celebrate in the back of my head. But I don't want to go chalk.
All right. Well, I mean, Chase is a good pick. I mean, it's kind of like an obvious pick because everybody wants him to win after, doing the victory Polish lap, for Allen. I mean, that was huge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was huge.
Was big.
I mean, it was probably one of the most talked about things around here in Wisconsin, for him, what he did. And I didn't realize, honestly, that it's been that long since the Hooter colors were in victory lane. And it was,
right.
I mean, that blew me away. And one of the guys that we raced with was on Allen's pit crew. And he was like, he goes, I didn't realize it was that long from when we were, when we got in there. So it was crazy. So.
All right. Now we have a little fun. Joel, is it safe to say that you are currently not in church?
I'm currently to say yes. I'm not in church, but I'm praying.
All right. Because here are the new rules of the game called Are You or Are You Not Wicked Smart? All right. So we are going to ask elementary level questions. I'm just going to throw them out there. You must buzz in with your keyword. Your keyword is a curse word. I'm going to allow you, Joel, first. Tell me what your curse word is going to be.
Shit.
Shit. All right. Joel's going with shit. Marnie, what are you going with?
The F-bomb.
Taking the F-bomb.
Is that what you're going to say?
All right.
F-bomb?
Yeah.
No, there you go. All right. That's what I'm talking. That's my lady right there. We don't hold shit back. All right.
That's my word. Can't say
All right. So I'm going to throw it out there. If you, the first person that I hear will answer. If you get it wrong, your opponent will have the opportunity to steal it with the right answer. All right. So first question, make sure you shout it loud because, I mean, I didn't have my earplugs in Bosnia, so my hearing's a little off. All right. Let's go ahead. Let me bring up the questions here. All right. Question number 1. What is the longest river in the United States?
shit.
Joel,
Mississippi.
that is incorrect.
That would have been my answer.
You got a chance to steal.
The longest river in the U.S.? And
Yes.
it's not the Mississippi?
No.
All right. Well, fuck. Let's go Colorado.
That is incorrect. It is the Missouri River.
Missouri's longer than the Mississippi?
The Missouri is longer. It cuts through like everything.
Interesting.
All right. No points awarded. All right. Make sure you shout that out. I'm a little deaf. All right. What is the clinical name for the thigh bone?
Fuck. The femur.
That is correct.
Yep. Mr. EMT myself, and here I am struggling with that.
For some reason, the term thigh was what threw me off. I was like, thigh bone? What? I don't know that one. Sorry.
All right.
Shitballs.
Next question. 1-0 to Ms. Marnie. What is the prefix in the word unnecessary?
Shit.
Joel.
On.
Very good. We have a tie. All right. All right. Now. Holy crap. I don't know if you guys got, I don't even know if I knew this. All right. Between the numbers 1 and 100, how many multiples of 7 are odd numbers?
Shit.
Joel.
Should be 3.
That is incorrect.
It's how many of them, the question is, how many of them are odd numbers?
Yes. How many multiples of 7 between 1 and 100?
Well, shit.
Well, you already answered. You can't answer again.
No idea.
No guesses either, huh?
No. 25.
Joe wasn't far off. It was 7. It was 7. All right. Next question. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Oh. Shit.
Joe.
Van Gogh.
That is incorrect. Ms. Marnie for the steal.
Da Vinci?
That is correct. Leonardo da Vinci. Yes.
I almost said Salvador Dali just because I said shit.
I really thought it was like somebody that was like the only famous painting that he did. I didn't think it was like an actual. I just guessed the second biggest painter I could think of after Van Gogh.
All right.
Okay.
The score is currently 2-1 in favor of Ms. Marnie, trying to get her pride back after getting her ass kicked last week. All right. Here's the question. Who was the first American in space?
Shit.
Joel.
Neil Armstrong.
That is incorrect.
Was it Buzz? Buzz Aldrin?
That is also incorrect. And he's on Toy Story. It was Alan Bartlett Shepard Jr.
Yeah.
Alan Bartlett, no points awarded.
On a third.
All right.
Damn it. Apollo 13.
There you go. Number 37. Excuse me. Question. That wasn't the answer. Maine, the state of Maine, borders which U.S. state?
Fuck. I know Vermont.
Marnie.
Connecticut. Vermont, Connecticut, Delaware.
First off, I only asked for one state, and none of those are the answer.
No, I give up then.
Joe for the steal.
You said Maine?
Yes,
Maine.
Rhode Island.
that is incorrect. Have you guys not heard of freaking New Hampshire?
Well, no. That's
I never remember where it is.
that's a state that I never go to because I don't belong there.
I went to high school in that freaking state.
Well, that says it all.
That. Oh. No points awarded this round. Moving on.
Still 2-1, right?
It's 2-1, Ms. Marnie
Still
with the
have a shot.
lead. Oh my God. I might just have to start giving points for vowels because
So
like
you're saying there's a shot.
oh yeah. All right. Next one. Which Civil War battle? Jesus, there's no freaking way. All right. Which Civil War battle took place the farthest north?
Oh.
I'm going to say shit. Guess.
All right, Joe.
Gatlinburg?
That is incorrect. That one try though.
The only one I can think of is Gettysburg, and I don't feel like that's far enough north.
Nope. It was the St. Albans raid in Vermont.
Want.
Oh. I didn't.
All
I don't
right.
even think I knew that we got that far.
More New England
I was
information.
going to say that was New England is what I was always told.
All right.
north.
All right, here we go. What is the smallest fish in the world?
The smallest fish in the world.
Yes. Come on, Ms. Pet Store owner.
Shit.
Come on. Joe,
A minnow.
can you be more specific?
I don't know types of minnows either, so
All right, I'm going to give it to you. It's the dwarf minnow.
dwarf.
the dwarf minnow.
Judge's ruling gets the point just for knowing minnow. All right. I had a friend named Minnow. He weighed 400 pounds. Figure that shit out.
Nice.
Just call him tiny.
All right.
I do
Next
minnow
up,
shots.
it's tied 2-2.
We do minnow shots up here in Wisconsin.
Really? How the hell you get drunk off of those? Jesus.
Oh,
So small.
you can put them in. Well, the last one I did was like a freaking. I swear it was like an eel.
Wow.
It took me a couple times to get her down.
Wow. All right. Here's the question. Tied up 2-2. Whose picture is on the $5 bill?
Fuck. Lincoln.
Marnie, that is correct. It is correct. Twice. Only get 1 point, though. All right, here we go. Who was president of the United States before George W. Bush?
Shit.
Joel,
Reagan.
that is incorrect.
Oh no. Oh shit.
You already answered. You can't
Why
answer.
can't I? Why is my brain blanking out here? Because I swear there was someone between him and his dad.
There was.
George W. Was it Clinton?
That is correct.
Correct.
Ah!
Bill Clinton.
Right.
4-2. 4-2. Could this be the winning question?
No.
What is the capital of the state of New York?
Shit.
Joe.
Albany.
Wow. I should
Yeah,
give
you
you 2
got it.
points for that. I didn't know people in Wisconsin had that knowledge. All right.
It's useless knowledge.
Ah, I
Right?
still know all 50. All
That's good.
50. All right.
I don't.
And again,
That one,
very
yeah.
useless. All right. What is the body of water between Florida and Texas called?
Fuck. I forgot my word.
Marnie.
I tried to use Joel's word. That was very confusing. The Gulf of Mexico.
That is correct for the win. For the
Good.
win, the 5-3 victory.
Good redemption after last week.
Right?
The series is now 1-1.
I can't win them all.
You're probably gonna come close.
Well, of course not. You don't even freaking know New Hampshire's a state.
Oh, I do
Jesus.
know it. I do know it's a state. I've been through it, but I never thought about joining Maine.
I thought the two that made the shape were
Right.
the ones touching Maine,
Correct.
and that New Hampshire was under.
And that's
I
Once
just-
again,
I
you are
shuffled them.
wrong.
I shuffled them.
You guys want a bonus question?
no.
I'm going to give it to you anyway because I
Okay.
know you're going to get it wrong. Name the states that make up New England.
Right away.
Well, Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Vermont, Delaware, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, New York.
Holy fuck. You're not just off, but you are way off. Joel, do
New
you have a
Jersey.
guess?
So
just
New England,
stop. You're embarrassing yourself, sweetie.
New England would be New Hampshire, Jersey, Maine.
You're already off.
No,
Dude, Jersey's not new. Why the hell would we? There's no way in hell you can have Patriot fans in the same freaking place that the Jets play.
you can.
Throwing that out there.
You can. It's
They play in the
New York.
Meadowlands.
Yeah, New York.
They play in the
Maine,
Meadowlands in Jersey,
New York.
across
Maine.
the river.
So what is it?
Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, freaking Rhode Island. That's it.
Nah.
Can't
minor
believe you
detail.
guys. No.
That's useless knowledge.
It's useless knowledge. So fun. I thought there were
Joel's-
13.
Like, do
original
you have a
colonies
goal
in
to
England.
not get asked back? I mean, like, kind of hurt my feelings here, man.
I thought all of the 13 original colonies were considered
New England? No. Wow. Thank God you know coding. Oh my God, sweetie, Jesus! All right, what's next? Let's move on from this embarrassing
Oh, where are we?
moment.
NBA playoffs update. Where do they stand?
All right, the playoffs. Here we go. All right, so we spoke about it earlier on based on last night's games. Let's just go through the list here. The Eastern Conference. Boston Celtics are tied with the Miami Heat at 1-1. Miami Heat had a huge win without Jimmy Butler. They don't play again until tomorrow, though. The game's on TNT. Next up, the Knicks, also known as the Knickerbockers, take on the 76ers, also known as the 76ers. The Knicks have a 2-1 lead in that series. These are all 7-game series, unless, of course, one team hits 4 before they hit 7 games. All right. The next game is on Sunday, 28th at Philadelphia. Next up, the Milwaukee Bucks, which are currently tipped off or about to tip off at the Indiana Pacers. They are tied 1-1. Giannis again is out with a calf strain. I don't know if the Bucks can pull off this series against Indiana without. I know you're in freaking Wisconsin.
No, I think the rest of the team has stepped up when they didn't have Giannis earlier this year. So he was on the bench earlier with injury. So, and they came back and they won. They won half the games, but I say give it to them. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
They lost the last game at home by 17. Just saying. Now they're in Indiana. All right. Just throwing that out there. All right.
Next.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, the 4 seed, at the Orlando Magic, the number 5 seed. That series is currently 2-1 in favor of Cleveland. Magic did crush Cleveland in the last game, 121-83. Next game is tomorrow. It's an early game. It's like 10 o'clock our time out here on the west side. All right. I think Cleveland's going to take that. Cleveland should take that.
Should.
All right. Oklahoma City, the number 1 seed in the West, currently lead the New Orleans Pelicans, the 8th seed, 2-0. The next game is tomorrow, April 27th. That's a 3:30 Eastern time start. Thunder should take down, with all of the talent that the Pelicans have, though, I am shocked at how bad they're playing and the fact that they were even and they needed the play-in tournament
Right.
to make it into the playoffs. It's terrible. All right. The Nuggets. I'm going to try really hard to hide my smile on this one. The 2 seed lead the Los Angeles Lakers. The 7 seed, 3-0. Joel, real quick, little NBA history. Had Michael Jordan ever been swept out of the playoffs?
Yes.
When?
It was 80s. They got knocked out by, I want to say, the Pacers knocked them out.
I believe you are correct, sir. Michael Jordan has never, ever lost a finals series.
No. They got knocked out playoffs, but not the finals.
Yep. Until a young, strapping gentleman by the name of Phil Jackson came along, introduced what was known as the triangle offense.
Yes.
And then they dominated year after year after year after year after year.
Best thing that they ever did was have Steve Kerr and added Dennis Rodman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good.
No, it was a dream team.
Yep. And Tony Kukoc wasn't bad either.
No.
All right.
Cook was good.
Yep.
He
Minnesota Timberwolves.
I thought he wore a Bucks outfit one time too. So
Kukoc?
yeah,
Maybe.
but not long.
Yeah. He was from Australia. I think he came up. I think you're right. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the number 3 seed in the West, lead not really we're Celtics fans, but we live in Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns, 2-0. They play.
Yeah.
They play tonight, 7:30 our time, 10:30 Eastern time. Here.
Arizona teams in general have a habit of getting your hopes up and getting way up there and then just at the last second.
Here's what I am freaking
you don't
loving
do that in the
about
first level.
this.
You got to get at least one more level in before you drop the ball.
This is what I am absolutely loving about it. For the past 2 seasons, Suns fans have been bashing DeAndre Ayton's the problem. We need to get rid of DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton's the reason why we're losing. You get rid of DeAndre Ayton, and you're about to get swept out of the freaking playoffs in the first round. What is your excuse now?
True.
That's not good finishing teams.
You know what the freaking problem with the Phoenix Suns is? Your poster boy, Mr. Devin Booker, averages 11.5 points per elimination game. That means when your back's against the wall, he shrivels down faster than an ice cold. You know, I'm not going to finish that sentence.
I was going to say, I know where that's going.
Do you get the picture, though? Yeah. Like, he completely disappears.
And I think it'd still come back, but I don't think they will because they're the Suns.
Unbelievable. If they get swept, well, we don't have Chris Paul now. Really? You don't have a 39-year-old slow point guard? That's the reason why?
I mean, he kind of just faded into oblivion on the Warriors.
Yeah.
He only stood out here because it's Phoenix.
Yeah. The guy you pay, the people you pay the most money to need to friggin' show up. Durant showed up 2 games ago. Booker at most has scored 20 points in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
He's a $160 million guy. He needs to show up. All right. Why am I hiding my curses now?
I don't know.
Moving on.
Out, honestly.
The Clippers, the number 4 seed, are currently tied with the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks actually have a shot at pulling this out if Kawhi Leonard continues to sit down because of his injury. Mavericks have a shot at this. I think the Clippers will pull it out, but I think we both picked the Mavericks at the beginning of the season, Marnie, or at the beginning of this matchup.
thought I picked, but they're just
No,
so
no, no,
evenly
no, you're
matched,
right.
So I might have swung either way at the last.
Well, that's why
second.
one's the 4 seed and the other's the 5 seed. I think
Yeah, they
I
feel
picked
really-
Dallas and you picked the Clippers.
Okay.
That's
I still think
why.
it'll be
All
the
right.
Clippers, but it is going to be close. Like they're going to be tooth and nail the whole time, I think.
All right. So the big question about all of this, will LeBron James and the Los Angeles Layups get swept by the defending champion Denver Nuggets?
I mean,
What say you two?
they've had leads almost at 20 points that they just completely blow.
They blew a 20-point lead last game.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So, yeah.
They might get one game, but they're going to lose the series.
Yeah.
All right. I think they're going to get swept.
I think they're going to.
And again,
the one game possibilities there, sure, but
I will feel absolutely terrible about it. All right. Moving on. What's next?
NFL Draft Round 1 recap.
All right. Joel, who's your favorite team?
Dallas Cowboys. Choked.
And your Dallas Cowboys, if I recall, did not. Did they
We
have a
traded
pick?
up. We traded up with Detroit, and then we made a pick for an offensive tackle, I believe. It was basically a C trade in my book. I mean, it wasn't even
Tyler Guyton,
yeah,
offensive tackle, Oklahoma.
yeah. I mean, I'm frustrated with it because honestly, we need to get a replacement for Dak really quick.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Dak's done?
I mean, I'm over. It's overrated. However, I think that Dallas's trade to Detroit was warranted. I think we're going to get something good out of that. So,
here's a question for you, Joel. Will Bill Belichick be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys next year?
no. I believe right now with the head upper office changing, we lost Quinn. I think that was kind of a wake up of why we played like shit in the playoff. I mean, we pretty much shit the bed just because of the way he was calling it. It was kind of like my say of like your demise of getting fired. I don't care. See ya, deuces. McCarthy, I think, is going to be there for one more year. I don't see Bill Belichick coming to the Dallas Cowboys. If he was, he would have took the job when it was offered to him when he met with Jerry last year.
We were watching the NFL Draftcast yesterday for the Pat McAfee show. We were watching it on YouTube. One of the most comical drafts I've ever seen in my
it was
freaking
so
life.
amusing. Yeah.
And Bill Belichick
I
was
like
on that draft. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend that you go back to watch that. Bill knows his shit.
Yeah.
Like he absolutely knows his shit. Like it doesn't matter how high of a prospect teams were drafting. Belichick would come in and be like, yeah, but he's got this. You can watch this film right. He actually had film ready. These are the things you need to work. You see, like, I'm not saying he's a bad pick. These are the glaring needs that this person needs to work on. He's not getting separation, or he's allowing too much separation as a corner, or
If you watch last night, that's what Nick Saban brought to the table last night. I mean, he put it in perspective. Like, look, this kid's been troubled off. This one's been troubled off field, and if you can keep him out of trouble, great. And then it's also the opportunity for him to bring on look, he's this player is a great back, offensive tackle, but he's square, he's narrow, and he's going to get ran over because he doesn't have the bulk, and I thought that was awesome to hear his take on it, even though he gave him the high five, like, hey, that's a good pick. He could turn into something, but he picked out the flaws and said, these are things that they can build on. And that was huge. So
all I know, to steal a line from the great Justin Timberlake, and one of the greatest boy bands of all time, not the greatest, one of the greats. It's gonna be May. Drake May in New England. It's already going around the internet. Already going around. As soon as he was drafted, all those puns started hitting the internet. I thought it was freaking hilarious. The New England Patriots took Drake May, which I think everybody knew was going to happen. Like the first 3 to 4 picks, everybody pretty much knew what was going to happen. Caleb Williams to the Bears, Jaden Daniels to the Commanders, Drake May to the Patriots, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Arizona Cardinals. I think that is huge. I think Kyler Murray now has his best weapon he's had yet. Outside, did he pass to No, Fitzgerald was already retired, I believe. Yeah. By the time Kyler Murray took over the position. So this is right now in his young career, he is already, Marvin Harrison Jr. is already the best wide receiver he's ever had.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like he just like Hollywood Brown just left and all of this stuff. Marvin Harrison Jr. will be a Hall of Famer pending that he stays healthy. Like his dad's a Hall of Famer. He's grown up the right way. He's got the body. He can make every catch. He can separate. Like I love that pick. And if the Arizona Cardinals did not pick him, I'd be like, why would we ever go to their games? Like seriously. Speaking of which, the Patriots actually play here. And we're going to those games. Game anyway.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit though about the shock of the freaking draft. We mentioned the headlines at number 8. The Atlanta Falcons picked Michael Penix Jr., quarterback out of Washington. They just paid $160 million like weeks ago.
It's funny what Joel was saying at the cap of the show too, because the first thing I said was that's got to be about like they stole him from someone on purpose so that they could use him in a trade later for something that they want. And then I was like, well, maybe it's just because Kirk Cousins isn't healthy and they want to make sure they've got a decent replacement in line for him. But
like I said, I am not
a hell of a move.
I'm not much of a Falcon fan, but my household is, and I think it gives Bijan, it gives that whole team a good thing. Kirk Cousins, you paid a boatload of money for the guy. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to turn out to be what he should have been there, just because it's Kirk Cousins. I mean, however,
all I know is, go ahead, Joe.
I said, however, I just think that the last couple of years, Cousins played good ball, but I would have grabbed Russell Wilson before I would have grabbed Cousins.
Or J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, but
who slid all the way down to the Vikings at 10. Well, they had to move up. They had to change one spot because they were worried about somebody else jumping in front. Solid pick by the Vikings, by the way. This is all I know. You turned down Bill Belichick as your head coach to put somebody in the position to make that pick.
Yeah.
What the hell are they doing in Atlanta?
I think you could actually take a lot of Kirk Cousins' success in the past couple of years and slide that on to Justin Jefferson. I don't know that was 100%.
Cousins is still throwing for 4,500 yards minimum.
No, he's not terrible, but I don't think
get me wrong. He is definitely not a terrible quarterback by any means. He can still play the game. But however, you paid $180 million for the guy, and then you go out and get a first round,
quarterback,
top of the line quarterback.
Yeah.
What is that?
Not to mention,
did you see the reaction to the Falcon fans that were there? They're like, what just happened?
That's because they knew, right? You have Roma Duzier, wide receiver, still on the board. You had actually
Right.
pretty much all the top wide receivers outside of Harrison
Weapons
Jr. on the
they
board.
legitimately could
You
use.
had Brock Bowers, the best tight end to come out since probably Gronk. Let's be honest. And then like you still have like you could have traded back, picked up Brian Thompson Jr. for LSU. You could have had Xavier Worthy from Texas. You could have traded back, added capital. Ricky Pearsall from Florida. Coleman from Florida State is still on the board. Hopefully he'll be a Patriot here in about an hour.
Yeah.
But like
He will not be a Patriot.
there's only 2 picks. Like the first pick. The first pick is the Buffalo Bills. This is the only thing that worries me. The Bills will be picking.
They have to.
How about this though?
Yeah. They have
When you
to.
think of New England, right? You've got Brandon Ayuk, who's trade bait for San Francisco. You've got
Right.
I can't think of his name. Number 5 out of Cincinnati, Higgins. He's demanding a trade. That number 2 pick looks pretty freaking good right now to both of those teams. There's a possibility, like if the Bills take Coleman, New England could package that number 2 pick with a number 1 next year, because you're not going to get a wide receiver in the first round next year that's better than Higgins or Ayuk. You're just not. There's not a wide receiver in the first round this year. Maybe Harrison. Everybody else is subpar.
Right.
All right. So, I mean, the Patriots could trade back. They could trade back. You know? So, I mean, it could be pretty freaking interesting here.
You're buying
If,
the potential with draft picks more than the actuality.
It's going to be interesting. That kicks off here in an hour. We're definitely going to be freaking watching. So, like, I just want to say how much I loved Mel Kiper. Not Mel Kiper Jr., but Mel Kiper on the McAfee show last night when the Packers pick came across. Oh my freaking God, Joel, you haven't seen this, have you?
He lost his mind. It was
They
absolutely
didn't even
fantastic.
announce it. They didn't even announce it. He just heard it in his ear. And then, like, out of nowhere, like, McAfee's in the middle of a lesson with Belichick. And then over here at Kuiper goes, fuck.
Throwing things around on the desk.
Like he knew the pick. And, like, because they're not supposed to say it ahead of time before the NFL announces it. Fuck. Like, this guy's got Tourette's and shit. Well, Belichick and McAfee's having a discussion. One of the funniest freaking things I've ever seen. Yeah, because he didn't pick the guy that they wanted him to. He's like, this guy's a good pick, but he's not this freaking guy. All right. Awesome.
Awesome.
It was absolutely awesome, man. I loved it. I think the Patriots are going to make a splash here. You're going through rounds 2 and round 3. Your Cowboys have pick number. They don't have a pick in the second round.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do. They got 24th pick. Pick number,
something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 24th, pick number 56 overall behind the Dolphins and Browns. And then the third round is also today. So let's see how the Patriots have the 4th pick in the third round. And then the Cowboys have the 9th pick
last year.
in the third round. Cowboys have the 9th pick in the third round. The 24th pick in the third round. So they got 2 picks in the third round. You can pick some solid talent.
I think they're gonna by the third round we're gonna be seeking defense. You know, I would think we need a good defensive tackle for sure. I think we also need a good defensive end. To that short game across the center killed us last year because we had nobody that could, stop anybody. I mean, so.
Well, yeah, because what's his name? Wolf, who retired. Yeah, he was out. He was injured. That's your starter.
Yeah.
That's the middle of your friggin' defense right there.
So,
Patriots, you got 2 quests for today, and you need to friggin' nail them both. You need a wide receiver. You need a number 1 wide receiver. All right, we got a bunch of number 3s. right?
Yeah.
We need a
Yeah.
freaking number one that can spread the field and can make a difference. And we need an offensive tackle. You do that today in any order, whether you pick a tackle with the second pick, which I wouldn't mind because our offensive line was shit last year. We were one of the worst rushing attacks. Our top rusher last year had something like 650 rushing yards, and it was Ezekiel freaking Elliott because Ramondre was hurt.
Yeah, a lot of the season. It was a big
So,
loss for us.
like, wide receiver is a must. But if a trade is going to happen for Brandon Ayuk or Higgins, it's going to happen today. Even though the trade deadline isn't until like week 8, like the end of October. If one of those two are on the move, it's going to happen today, or it's not going to happen.
It has to happen for you guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's speed out there. Like I said, we could just stay put and take Coleman. We could. There is speed out there. There's 2 or 3 really good, not great, really good wide receivers still out there that are 6'2", 6'3" plus that got speed. They're not Marvin Harrison Jr., but they got speed, and that's what the hell we need.
Yeah.
Also on this, Drake May will not be the starter probably this entire season for the Patriots. Jacoby Brissett was brought in for him to sit and learn and fix everything he's got wrong with him. He's a solid quarterback. He's got a freaking rocket for an arm. He's got good size. He's 230 pounds. He's 6'2.5". He's a big guy. He can make every NFL throw. He makes stupid decisions sometimes, and his footwork needs work, and that's putting it lightly. However, they are comparing him to Josh Allen. We're not comparing him to Josh Allen year 3, 4, 5, 6. They're comparing Josh Allen in his first year was shit. He led the league in interceptions. His completion rate wasn't that good. There's a learning curve.
Right? I think people are very easy to forget that sometimes, especially coming out of college. College ball is not pro ball.
No.
Drake May can run the ball just like Allen can. He'll probably add 5 to 10 pounds. He'll be 230, 235, right? He can lower his shoulder. He's got plenty of scrambling yards. I think he ran for almost 700 yards his senior year at North Carolina. Actually, his junior year. I'm sorry. He's only 21 years old.
Yeah.
Baby.
So, I mean, that's what I'm looking for them to do. As far as the Arizona Cardinals go, fix your freaking line. You just gave Kyler Murray the best present he could get. Now keep him from getting sacked. Let's try that.
Right.
All right.
Get Matthew Judon back on the field.
Oh, the Patriots need to get Judon back on the field. Judon's going to be – he's already at the workouts.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine. Along with Gonzalez, our first-round pick from last year.
Yeah. He was like a rock star, and then
he got hurt.
Healthy.
But he was like – healthy-wise,
the whole season last year, like so promising at the beginning, and then nobody was healthy.
When he was healthy, he looked like the number one. No shit, not being, I'm a New Englander, all this stuff. He looked like the number. His footwork, his speed, the way he tracked balls, the way he hit. He looked like the number one corner in the freaking league for like 4 weeks, and then he got hurt.
Yep.
Which summed up our season last year.
That was the season last year.
All right. That's pretty much it. Joel, what do you got going on this weekend?
This weekend is all about kids, baseball. So actually, Blake's playing baseball right now. And then we have a game tomorrow. And then I got some family reunion stuff going on, more like a racers reunion. Kind of just getting ready for May 11th. That's about it. That's
your next race, May 11th?
Yep, Sycamore, Illinois.
All right. And
we travel down to Illinois. We got the car all back together, got some stuff, figured out that there was a couple things that were binding up in the car, which I felt, but I didn't like. I explained it how it was, and then it seemed like that's what they saw from being in the pits. And so we went back and we found one of our coil springs broke down, so it was binding. So it was actually not helping me rotate the car completely all the way. But I drove half the race without brakes, so it was fun. But so yeah,
God damn. And you still moved up 13 spots?
yeah,
Or 11 spots? 11 spots.
11, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we probably right after the second red flag when we took off, the way my brake pedal is, it's different than any brake. You have to actually step down and push forward on it. So because I only have a left front brake and a right rear brake. So that's all I got for brakes on the car. And because of my foot and how big I am inside the car, when you push down on the pedal, I felt like I was pushing on the brake, but my foot was only hitting the chassis bar, so where the brake pedal is. So I wasn't using any brakes. Everything was just, I was basically controlling the car 100% by throttle. So it was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, who needs brakes when you can move up, 11 spots every race?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive on its own.
Yeah, it was.
Even if it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to see what it looks like when it's totally wrapped.
Yeah,
Man,
we got it all cleaned up, ready to go. We're gonna pull the Nerf bars off this week, and I'm working on right now trying to figure out what trailer I'm going to use and truck to get it up to my buddy that's going to wrap it for me. And yeah, it's going to be pretty dynamite. The new driver's uniform comes here next week. It looks like we have the new driver's uniform coming out. Got the old hat going on here.
there you go. It's sharp.
Yeah, we get the flex hat.
Like it.
Those come in. If everything goes right, we get some good pictures of the car come the 11th or prior to it. Actually, we're going to get some pictures outside and do some promo pictures with it. Those will probably end up on the face of the T-shirts that we're trying to design. We're trying to get a couple more sponsors to be put on the back of the T-shirts and get the hero cards done. And now that we know that we can drive, that's all that matters. Now we can build forward.
Let's freaking go, man. Where can they follow you online?
Catch me on Joel Willman Racing on Facebook. Their athlete pages in there. It's open to the public. You can catch me on X at Badger Outlaw 90. You can catch me on Instagram, Badger Outlaw 90 there. LinkedIn if you want to talk business. That's pretty much about it. Oh, and Snapchat, same. And so, yeah, be real.
All right, man.
I'm kind of on every possible Instagram, social media presence. So
we can pencil you in again for next week. See if you can come back and break this tie.
Absolutely, I'm gonna.
All right. Well, study up on your freaking geography, especially in the Northeast.
No,
and that might help you out a little bit.
Everything minus New Hampshire, right?
Dude, I'm just gonna find questions just about New Hampshire. Just
I'm sure you will too. First question would be like
what's the capital of New Hampshire? Real quick.
Beats me.
I'm terrible at capitals. I've never been good at those.
It's also a type of a grape. That is correct. That's correct.
It is?
Yeah, it's
I thought that was
Concord.
Delaware.
Yeah. No.
Dover is in Delaware.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I kind of, sort of ish. Halvesies.
Not even. It's not even in New England. All right, Joe, we're going to let you go, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you next week.
You guys have a
hit me up if you need anything, man. We're gonna do some stuff in the Hacker Nation too.
Absolutely, we're ready to rock and roll.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right. Oh man, Joe Willman Racing. Like, it's freaking awesome to have him on.
Yeah.
I like our new game. Shit, fuck, shit. Maybe that should be the name of it. Just shit or fuck. All right.
Let's play shit fuck.
Let's play shit fuck. All right. No. There's too much. All right. We've got playoffs to watch and a draft to watch as well. So we're going to do that. But first, let's do this. Let's give a shout out to some of our partners. Always, let's give a shout out to Mama Hot Sauce, Neil and Karen, two of the nicest people you will ever meet. Neil is one hell of a cook. That's who we get our hot sauces from. Also, shout out to Angelica, Just Good Vibes, for our personalized tumblers. There you go. And remember, if you're looking to start your first podcast or your next podcast, you can get a 1 month free trial of Podbean's unlimited hosting plan by going to podbean.com/Coach JD. Let me see here. I know I'm missing a few people. What am I thinking here? You're supposed to know what I'm thinking at all
we
times.
We said hot sauce. We said tumblers. We said
let's give a shout out to No Boss No Rush, our parent company, Geek Out, the Geek Out Academy, Janine Hernandez Book Publishing Academy, the Buckeye Gazette, Twin Flames Images and Productions, Sports Action Arizona, and of course, special shout out to Mr. Fuck himself, Mr. Joel Willman, who doesn't know geography. So he knows his way around a track very well. Not so much on geography, though. So that's it, Lady M. What is the final word?
Keep loving sports.
We'll see you guys later.